The Topeka native and fifth-generation Kansan is a freshman at KU studying economics and pre-law. She caught our attention after her brilliant and emotionally charged op-ed in the Kansas Reflector. The op-ed spread across Signal chats and Facebook groups like a Kansas wildfire. Fortunately for all of us, Kate is here today to share her inspiring and poignant words. Please welcome the future of Kansas, Kate Eckert.
When anything is going to happen in this country, it happens first in Kansas. Somebody's already said this because it matters. Over 100 years ago, William Allen White predicted that we would be here right now. Some may roll their eyes at the thought that Kansas, a state known for being flat and boring and conservative, has been a trailblazer of the country, a hotbed of radical populism. But it's true. Kansas has historically led the country in political and social insurgency. From the abolition of slavery to the push for prohibition, our beloved Sunflower State is where the will of the people reigns supreme. But if you didn't know this, you're not alone. I'm from Topeka, and we used to go to the Capitol on field trips. And if you have ever been to the Capitol, you no doubt, like me, were surprised when stunning murals of the Kansas countryside were broken up by images of the occasional violent fanatic or two, eliciting more than a few eyebrow raises from your third grade class. I couldn't understand why my sweet, peaceful Kansas would choose to be represented by a zealot like John Brown wielding a musket and a Bible. But that's, of course, it's because Kansas is not a peaceful place. When Kansas adopted the motto ad astra per aspera, to the stars through difficulty, we meant that. From the very beginning, Kansas has been a place where radically different ideas and their advocates duke it out. Kansas entered the Union as a free state after a violent conflict over slavery, known as Bleeding Kansas, putting our dear friend John Brown on the map and serving as a tragic prelude of sorts to the imminent Civil War. It would later become the host of the landmark Brown v. Board education ruling, which paved the way for the end of segregation. Kansas spearheaded the suffrage movement at the state level. We became a safe haven for socialist thinkers, and we were the very first state to outlaw alcohol during the Prohibition. And in recent years, we were the first state to protect abortion rights after the overturning of Roe v. Wade. We are consistently at the heart of every single revolution in America, and we have every intent on continuing that tradition. Are there any Jayhawks here? Yeah, okay. Sit-ins in Strong Hall, we're funding domestic violence centers, and last week, the Student Senate, which I'm a member of, passed resolutions recognizing the genocide in Gaza and supporting Haskell University. The students at KU are always on the edge of good trouble. But KU right now is downsizing on-campus gender-inclusive housing to preemptively comply with the administration's potential executive orders, things that aren't even happening right now. But who is marching in the streets? Who's signing the petitions? The students are. The Kansans are. When I'm confused about my identity, I find that my Kansas heritage anchors me. To be a Kansan is to be a radical, to push for progress, to be a forward thinker. But to be a Kansan is also to be empathetic, to care for your neighbors, and to stand up for those who are on the receiving end of executive orders like that are happening right now. The past 5 generations of my family have stood on the very same dirt, breathed the very same air, and looked up at the very same sky and decided to change the world for the better. I come from the place that pioneers and visionaries seek out. The winds of change are whipping through us like a Kansas tornado. We are a force of nature. If ever we doubt what we are capable of, we should remember the moment that we realized who we were and where we came from. I am a Kansan. We are Kansans, and changing the world is in our blood. Thank you.